everybody. Welcome to Sage Speaks. Today, I want to talk about staying true to yourself. This is something that hits me very deep. The concept of staying true is something that I've always had at the forefront of my mind. In fact, it's actually the first tattoos that I ever got tattooed. On my wrists, because of my favorite quote from Hamlet, "'Tis above all things to thine own self be true." And I think about that quote often in my life, especially when I'm going through some tough times and I ask myself, am I being true to myself? And let me just say it's not easy. I find myself at a place right now where it feels that I haven't been being true to myself, and you really start to feel it. You start to notice that you're moving differently, that your desires aren't your own. I think sometimes in life jobs come around and, we take a job and we don't think about whether we're being satisfied by that job, or we get into relationships and we don't think whether that relationship is satisfying us. So it's very difficult to stay true to yourself. I think that there's other desires, other people's desires. If you're a parent, sometimes your kids' desires. It all just tends to be so much sometimes. And everyone else comes before you. Everyone else's happiness, everyone else's sanity. It all comes before yours. And that's not a way to live. It's not a way to live. I can tell you firsthand, living for others is not a way to live. You have to live for yourself. And I'm a firm believer in, if you do the things that are true to you in this world, if you stay true to those things, to your desires and passions and the things that you want to accomplish in this life, regardless of children or partners or friends or haters or whoever, I believe that when you seek that out, that's when you are the happiest. And your relationships with your kids and your partners and everything else falls into place. And the relationships that don't fall into place are often relationships that you probably just don't need or have served their purpose and run their course, right? So you need to be willing to put yourself first and know that it's going to cause some ripple effects in the water, right? It's going to stir people up, because people are used to getting all of you. And when you start to give a little bit of less of yourself, people notice. I have a great friend of mine, I've been going through some things myself, and she told me something that really hit home. And she says, you teach people how to treat you. And it was like, boom, right? Wow. You teach people how to treat you. And if people are treating you wrong, or people are treating you in ways that you feel that are unfair, it's ultimately it's on you, right? You didn't set those expectations. You didn't set those boundaries. And now this person is walking all over you, right? So it's important that we set those boundaries. It's important that we understand why we have to set those boundaries if we want to get anywhere. What got you here isn't going to get you there. And I think that's one of the biggest pills that I've had to swallow, is understanding that all the beneficial things that I've used to get me here aren't going to be the things that get me to where I want to be. You have to learn new things. You have to adopt new habits. You have to break old habits, right? And none of that is easy. So please be kind to yourself. please take your time, because society teaches us that it is wrong to be selfish, that it is that we are just supposed to give, and that's not it. That's not it. I can tell you right now, it's one of the quickest ways to empty your cup, and you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to live your life for the better, and you got to stay true to yourself, right? In the quote by Hamlet, it says, "'Tis above all things to thine own self be true." It must be true as the day and as true as the night, so that no man can call what you're doing false, right? It's a daily practice. It's something that has to be practiced daily, and it has to be true to you. True as the day is true, true as the night is true. You have to be there for you. You have to be there for your desires and the things that you wish for this life. So that's the message that I have today. Stay true to yourself amongst all the other noises that go on in this world. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're loving yourself and that you're being kind to yourself. And above all, make sure that you're choosing you before you choose anybody else. Because choosing someone else before you is a recipe for disaster. And we don't want that around here. Thank you guys for joining, for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. A like is the most important metric on YouTube to get these videos out there. So I thank you for giving me your time this morning and spending some time with Sage. Have a great day.